Superman. Right off the bat, starting off with that Yamcha meme. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, this is the Yamcha pose when Yamcha was dead in the ground after that Cyberman killed him. He even has the crater in the snow. This is intentional, and I love it. I just want to say, I don't know how people feel about it, but
I don't know if that's a Goku thing, because if you can't see it there, that's a handprint.
this is 100% the Yamcha death pose, Tom.
It is.
I don't know about that.
you
Everybody keeps
okay.
jumping on that, but I see a handprint there. And
Didn't
Script
they
Doctor
show
was
him
one who
falling
pointed
from
that
the
out, and
sky?
he knows.
I don't know how you can say that
movie.
this is not. I mean, it's literally the same
Wait.
pose. Hold on.
Do you know what the Yamcha death pose is?
Do I?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
That's the Yamcha death pose. It's the Yamcha death pose. This was intentional to make memes. James Gunn knows what he's doing there. This was going.
I don't
this is
think
going
he would
viral.
demean Superman in that way. I really don't.
This was. He's literally in the same position, Tom. How can you say this is not? Look at his legs, the way they're bent. That arm underneath the other arm.
You're
it's the
you're
fucking
really
same pose.
stretching it though.
I'm stretching. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks
do
like
a
Eric
chat.
has to go.
Let's do a poll, because everybody is doing this for a reason. I mean, what does the panel think? Doesn't this not look the same?
Yeah.
That's the
it
first thing I
really-
thought about when I saw it.
Yeah,
So did
so
I.
Similar.
Is this?
I'm going off of something somebody told me that knows a thing
Are
or
they-
two about the movie. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Are they also not anime fans like yourself?
Does it matter?
Well, yeah, because
How
I
do
mean,
you
just
know
look,
that? Okay,
Because
here's
just
the
looking
thing.
at
You
it,
guys,
Tom.
time out.
looking at it, I have my eyes.
Ow.
Look at this shit.
I have my fucking finish my point.
Gonna get out. Waiting for
Would you let
Tom
me
to start
finish?
going off.
How do you
Hey,
assume
guys.
that James Gunn is an anime fan? That's the thing that
Because he's a
everybody else
fucking
does.
nerd.
He's also
Guys,
older than us.
guys. Ripper's got to bounce.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
On that note,
I was waiting. Tom like blew it out. Tom was like trying to be all concerned, conservative and shit, and I knew he was about to blow up.
Ripper, you really got to leave after that? You got to wait.
I know,
for the
right?
rest
No. It's as I said in the chat, we got this little thing that we're working on, and I got this
Oh,
employee that's about to go out of town in the morning, so we got to wrap this.
Do you
up,
want
and I
to
need
promote
review
your
it.
sweet omnibus before you go?
Well, shit, that's the thing. Yeah. The Trinity. If you want ISOM 1, Alpha Core 1, and Yaira number 1, we have our first hardcover will be that. It's up for pre-order right now. We're only doing 1,000 hardcovers. You also can get the soft cover for just $45. That's 300 over 310 pages. So you get a lot of bang for your buck there if you're one of those guys that wants to get in on the Rippaverse. We also got obviously Bloodruth out right now. You can go grab that, and this cool little plushie that comes with it as well of Bloodruth herself. And we got all kinds of cool stuff that we're doing. So appreciate y'all and the support. I wish I could stay longer. Maybe I'll pop in next week or something like that to make
Come
up
on
for
for
it.
the New Year's show.
I'm down. I'm 100% down for that. You can count me in for sure. Count me in. All right, guys. It was nice chatting with you. Appreciate y'all.
Later, Ripper.
See you, brother.
All right, man. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.
Yeah, yep.
So far the chat
Make your
seems to,
argument.
and I don't
Say
think
your-
it's going against you, Tom. I there's a reason that everyone was saying this.
It's fine. Like I said, I understand why people are seeing it, but I think people are looking a little too much into it. Was my point.
I mean,
Like-
it's just a fun
I don't
little
think he
meme
directly
thing he
had
did.
that intention for it. At least
think
not the
he
way
did.
people are driving it home.
I think he 100% knew what he was doing right here.
So I have a question. Does it matter though? Because the trailer has other issues.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think that the movie's gonna be as bad as people are making it out to be from that trailer, but I got some
Okay,
issues
right.
with it.
I hope it's going to be good. I hope I'm wrong. But this trailer seriously gave me some really concerning messages, especially that we'll go through it. But the fact that they wanted to open with a defeated, broken Superman just pissed me off. I did not like that.
I agree.
It seems like
the
they
only
haven't
good thing so far
learned-
they have is that Superman poster where he's like, like that, and then has like the nice colors. That's the only thing, in my opinion, that's been good about this whole movie so far that's been shown. That and the one slow-mo shot in the trailer, I like that. But besides that, I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm still going to watch it, of course, because I kind of have to, but
I don't
crazy
think that
about it.
I don't think that they've learned from the DCEU trying to shove a ton of heroes
Yep,
into a
I was
film
about to
and
say the same
jumpstart their
thing.
universe. Like
I was
I
about
like
to say
Crypto the Super Dog. I'm
Really?
a dog guy. I like
I-
it. I think it's fine. But all
Okay,
the
okay,
other
I-
shit,
Are you
I'm not
saying
a fan
you
of.
like him in the comic books in the contained thing? Because I think Crypto is such a dumb thing to bring into live action. Myself.
I think it's
but I still
very
like
comic booky.
Crypto. Like I really do.
I like Crypto.
You're gonna
Like, this
sell
is very-
so much merch.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he
Think of
will.
all the stuffed dolls that kids are going to
He's gonna
pick
sell
up.
heaps of merch.
Yeah, that thing is going to Crypto, the stuffed doll or toys and shit are going to fly off the shelves because of kids.
I've got to agree with Crow though. Like for somebody like myself, that's not I'm more a Marvel person than I am a DC person. Obviously, I love Superman, Batman, and the big names. But when it comes to some of these other characters, if you're throwing them on the screen, you've got to do a really good job. And they're throwing so much at the screen that a lot of normies are going to be like, "What? Like, who's this? What's like what the sort of thing?" But also, when it comes to establishing those characters, having them like this, I really feel like they're actually trying to do a little bit of a thing like what they did with Invincible,
Where's
right?
Crypto?
Where you've got the team,
100%.
where you've got the team of guys, and Superman's like just his own like free agent, so to speak. He helps that team out, and then there's an issue. And
Here's the here's the one problem that I have with it. Like Superman looks miserable the entire trailer. Is he ever going to be happy and hopeful in this? Like, I'm thinking, honestly, I think it's going to be an okay movie. I'm not, because I've liked everything James Gunn has done with comic book characters, but the trailer to me, like, it feels more like a Snyder versus Superman.
Well, I think Gunn has an issue where, like, put it like this: I like Guy Gardner. I actually like Mr. Terrific, especially from the JLU cartoon and everything. But these are super obscure characters, and that's who he's highlighting for this film.
Wait, who's
I don't
obscure? Guy Gardner?
I mean,
Guy
like,
Gardner's not obscure.
To general fans, like that don't pay attention to comics, Guy Gardner is not your first thought when you think of Green Lantern.
Who knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were?
No, I know. I'm saying, like, James Gunn wants, like, he likes these more obscure niche characters that aren't like as
I don't
super
think Guy
popular.
Gardner is a niche character, man. Mr.
I
Terrific, I
The
would
general
argue,
public, I think to the general public he is.
He
yeah.
really
He might be to a
is.
point, but I think it's also because they have that Green Lantern series coming, and that's part of the reason why he might be in this and stuff like that. And I think they're gonna have Mr. Fantastic as kind of more of in like a sidekick kind of role or something like that, perhaps. I don't know exactly, but like at the end of the day, we also got to remember James Gunn is in control of these trailers. He even said it himself when everybody was like, "Oh, Warner Brothers is all worried about the trailer," and James Gunn came out and said, "Well, if you mean by Warner Brothers you mean me, then yes, because I'm the one who makes all these decisions." And my problem with it is it felt more like it was a sequel to a movie we never got to see. This trailer felt like it was, but also it's like it's pretty much a teaser, but it's an ultra long teaser. And James Gunn has never given us anything in the trailers usually that isn't from the first act or two of his movies. So that's the other thing we got to remember is most of this shit is probably in the front end of the film.
What do you guys think about this Lois Lane? I personally like her.
Pitch
I think
Perfect.
she's great.
I
Looks
think she's
perfect.
better than the last one.
Way better.
She looks like Lois Lane.
Yeah.
As long as she's not instant teleportation all over the place, like what's her face did the redhead in the other movie, Amy Adams.
This
I'm
is a
cool.
much
yeah.
better Lois Lane.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't mind.
Like I like I said, I like the characters that he's using for the movie. It's just this is the first Superman movie. He's not like, from what we understand, this is more like an early Superman. And you have
Probably
all
like
of these,
year 2, 3,
yeah,
something
but
like that.
you've got Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern showing up. Just give us a Superman movie, right? You want to introduce Crypto the Superdog, fine, but just focus on Superman. I don't think James Gunn is. I'm actually really worried about that, to be honest with you. I don't think he knows how to focus on just one character.
Well, I think that they're there to kind of be like the superhero. Like, don't they work for like Maxwell
it's-
Ward?
it's-
or
It,
something?
it looks like
obvious
they're going to
what's-
be something like
Yeah.
the Justice Society that they're
Yeah.
Pretty obvious what's going on in this
established
movie.
old school.
Because
good
Justice
character.
League doesn't exist yet.
No,
So,
like Guy
that's what I was saying. I
Gardner
said-
and Hawkgirl.
They're going to be probably the Justice Society, even though like those members aren't the the usual Justice Society. That's what I think that they're going to be, something like that. Some superhero team that's established by some rich dude like Maxwell Lord, I think is supposed to be the guy, right?
Yeah.
And,
Those
they
brothers,
probably
too.
come in and tell Superman to stand down. They'll take care of it, or something. I don't know, but that's what I'm guessing. They're there for some kind of like response to something he did.
That's what it
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like.
There were people
Yeah.
like throwing shit at him in the
Mhm.
trailer, so obviously he does something that pisses people off.
Not a fan of this hair that they're doing for Clark Kent.
I mean, I'm just happy that they have tried to make him look like, when I say different, he's got a different posture, he's got kind of different mannerisms, and his hair is a little different for when he's in Superman. I'm glad about that. I think the Clark Kent has potential, and it's one of the few things I kind of liked.
He needs
Well,
to
that
be.
comes down to the actor's
I'm hoping he
ability
goes
to do
back to
that,
being
though,
kind of
too.
like a buffoon, like the
Yeah,
Christopher E.
I
Christopher
love
Reeve one.
Christopher Reeve's
Yeah.
Clark Kent. It was the best because he literally kind of, it's almost like he was playing a bit of a joke on other people by being a bit, too clumsy and things like that. But he sold it. I genuinely made it
Yeah.
feel like I probably wouldn't recognize him, honestly. Take those glasses off. He stands taller and stuff. That's where I can believe it. But I mean, as much as I love the Henry Cavill Superman, not the movies, just Henry Cavill's, appearance as Superman, his Clark Kent was awful.
he's a good-looking Superman. The problem is the material is shit.
Yeah.
Garbage.
But I think his Clark Kent was crap.
His Clark Kent was trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
it's going to be
I
better
like
than
a
the
goofy-
Snyderverse.
I like a goofy, insecure Clark Kent because Clark Kent should be everything that Superman isn't. Like he should be clumsy, foolish, insecure, lacking confidence. That's what's done for a reason to throw everybody off.
Yeah.
So I hope that they go back to that.
I think this is going to be a somewhat goofy doofy Clark, but I don't think he's going to be full on like, what was it, Clark Gable or whatever it was, or Cary Grant that Christopher Reeve was doing, right? Like that was flat out just like
When he's like getting pushed away by the hotel like cart, and he's like getting
exactly, like it's just flat out Cary Grant,
Yeah.
like physical
I love
humor,
that
right?
guy.
Like
It's awesome.
yeah, no, and even Clark breaks the fourth wall at some point in the first movie too, and I remind people of that all the time. They forget about that. It's like when he catches that bullet and he looks at all of us like, yeah, we know, I know, you know that I am Superman. Like that's kind of the whole thing, know. But yeah,
Jonathan Kent not looking like much of a farmer either, by the way.
this is the one casting where I'm just like, what the? Because if you guys don't know who this is a character actor, and you probably remember him best as the child diddler in the Watchmen movie
Yeah.
that Rorschach kills. Yeah.
Yes.
So he usually plays these kind of skeezy, sleazy characters. This
Clark?
is really out of the yeah.
He
You
does
okay,
look
Clark?
like the does look
Did
like
Clark
the
get
perfect,
diddled?
he does
Oh,
look like
no.
the perfect he does look like the perfect casting for a heart attack victim.
That makes
true,
you
but-
wonder, doesn't it?
He doesn't look like much of a farmer. Like, you ever met a farmer that's 275 pounds?
Yeah.
Then again, in modern day,
fat-
when everything's subsidized
I
and
just
shut
want to
down,
know
and-
if he's going to get killed by a tornado.
God,
like
I
the other
hope
one
not.
did.
Step, let me die,
It's worse
Clark.
than that.
I hope that happens.
Like Superman lets his father die.
He's gonna
Let me
die.
Should I just
Clark.
let him die or something, Dad? I don't know those kids.
He's gonna die from diabetes.
No, dude, that was one of my biggest complaints with Man of Steel. Like I can debate
Yeah,
all
he's
day
definitely-
long.
People are
about
saying he
that
does
shit,
look
but-
like a farmer.
I was just
know
gonna
a lot
say
of
it depends.
farmers.
Because-
I've never met an
Look, he kind of looks like my grandpa.
an obese farmer. Let's put it. 'Cause
Well,
he's
later in
obese
his
here.
life, he did get obese. Plus, you got to think about what farmers are eating all the time. Like my family that farms, like
Oh, it's a
they're getting
weed
s-
farm.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they
Well,
got
they
the
get,
nuts a
lots
little
of
too much.
beef and dairy, so they're eating lots of dairy and beef all the time. So you're just beefing up constantly, man.
It's just a small scene, but here's the crypto. I like Crypto. This is such a. I know people are mad because this isn't what Crypto looks like in the comics, but he's so cute and adorable.
That's the best scene right there.
It is.
Yes!
Everybody said it.
Really?
The moment
Momo,
they
that's the
saw
best scene.
it, it was the
I,
best.
I thought it was
He's-
demeaning to Superman. Now, I'm not saying you can't have stuff like this in the film, okay, where he struggles or is defeated. And yes, Superman has been injured heaps of times in the comic books. I'm saying for the introduction of the character, where you want to set the tone and also present Superman as what he should be, I felt this missed the mark so much. Where Superman represents the
Yes.
indomitable icon of justice and something to be you aspire to it, to be like him and everything like that. And they introduce him not only broken and defeated, now his mangy dog needs to come in and save his life. And there's literally a scene of him getting
Well-
dragged through the snow by his dog. I was like, give me a break.
This should not have been in the trailer.
I'm
It
okay
really
with this
shouldn't have
because
been.
this to me is just pure Silver Age comics, and it's a side of Superman we don't see. Well, this
So what do-
this instead of this, I would have rather had shots of him maybe, I don't know, holding a fan, holding a flag with the sun in the background or something like a little some. There's nothing really hopeful about this Superman in this trailer.
No, there's
It-
not.
And
Yeah,
that is the core essence of this character. And I was kind of surprised by the. I don't hate this trailer, but the whole theme that he said he was banking this movie on was All-Star Superman, and I don't get that from this trailer. All-Star Superman is all about Superman still having hope in the face of death because he dies at the end of it, and he's still hopeful and happy the whole time. That's like the running theme of that book. And I don't get any of that from this trailer. So I don't know what I don't know what he took from that. What the robots that he had in the Fortress of Solitude, is that it? Like it really doesn't seem like he took much from that book.
It'd be hilarious if that is the only thing he took from that book.
All-Star Superman is one of the best modern Superman stories ever. Like that is a great story. If you've never read it, I highly recommend it. And
I've never
that
read
is what that book is about. The book is about him dying.
Yeah, like
I've only
I think
seen
that,
the animation of it, and
It's good. The
enjoyed
animation's
it.
great. They nailed it. They made a
Is-
little bit
is
of
there, like,
change
a
with
movie of it?
yeah, there's a movie. You should watch it.
Animated
It's
movie.
great. Yeah. It's fantastic. There was a little bit of changes that they did with Lex Luthor at the end, but I actually liked it. I liked the change that they made at the end. So it's fine. Watch the animated and then read the book too. The book is fantastic. Frank Quietly did the arts. He's a great artist. Fantastic book.
Well, here's what I see about this movie is like, from what I understand, he's fighting Ultraman in this movie or something. So this is probably him after getting his ass kicked by Ultraman, I would assume. Because we see him fighting someone in like
He's fighting a
a
kaiju.
football stadium or something.
Like a kaiju.
Well, the kaiju,
monster.
everyone's saying that kaiju is metamorpho. Apparently, I don't know, but it's very obvious this movie's about like bringing hope back to the DC stuff because the other movies, obviously before James Gunn took over, were very dour and dark and whatnot. And I mean, Lex Luthor has these superheroes; they're all wearing leather suits. I'm assuming that was like James Gunn's way of being like, what's his name, Gardner and Hawkgirl are basically supposed to be like they're dressed like the Snyderverse kind of, you know what I mean? And here's Superman, and he's in his tights, and he has the underwear over the pants, and he's supposed to be like, look at me, I'm the classic Superman. And then probably by the end of the movie, all these heroes, whoever survives the movie, I guess, they're probably
I'm
going to
thinking
get
he gets
their
a new suit
actual,
at the
like,
end of the
OG
movie.
outfit.
Yeah, I think at the end of the movie, he gets the suit.
Yeah.
His suit sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
It's rubbery.
I-
thick,
It's
and
like
I
a.
will say-
It's
Well,
it's like a. The
there's been
The
a-
suit.
trailer was not good.
Hold on. The suit is a combination of the old one and the 52 because it's obviously very inspired by New 52 Superman because he has that.
And I like that super suit, by the way. But I
Well,
think
that
this
being
one was a
said,
poor adaptation.
There has been another shield that's been going around for a while, and I had heard from one of my people that there may or may not be another suit.
Yeah,
that we're not.
I think he gets another one at the end.
And and I'm almost wondering if there might be in this scene, because I don't know if you guys noticed that in that scene where he's laying there, when it gets the close-up shot of his head, it looks like the suit is CGI. And we know he wore a suit, so it's like, why would they CGI a suit there? So it makes me wonder if they're covering up a different suit there. Because James is not above hiding some things in trailers before. He's done that. But that's a typical Marvel thing where they'll, not have Spider-Man in the lineup with everybody in the trailer. But when we see the movie Civil War, he's right there,
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love this casting for Lex Luthor. I think this one is
Yeah,
brilliant.
this
Yeah, it's
nails
pretty
it.
inspiring.
Oh,
He
and
was supposed to
Demon.
be our Batman.
And Demon, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta finish my video still and
His
stuff.
girlfriend said it's time to go.
She's been playing Marvel Rivals this entire time over there. So, or,
then it was
no,
his
she's
mom.
playing Deus Ex: Human Revolution right now. But are you playing Deus Ex? She doesn't even hear me. She has her headphones in.
Amazing.
Are you playing Deus Ex? What are you playing? Deus Ex. That's what I thought. Okay, thank you. Jesus, nothing. You had your headphones in. I couldn't hear you. Or you couldn't hear me. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I gotta go. But that is the baldest a man has ever looked.
I love it.
As Lex Luthor should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tired of all
Hopefully he
these
gets his
hair-
armor at some point.
I
I mean, I'm gonna watch the movie no matter what. Like, before I go, I'll watch it no matter what, even if it's bad. I'll still watch it. I'm much more worried about Batman than I am Superman, because Superman's by James Gunn, so at least at some point it'll be at least somewhat good. But apparently Batman's being done by Andy Muschietti, or however you say his name, the guy that did the Flash. That worries the hell out of me. I hope that's not dog shit, but I don't know. There's like rumors I'm reading that like they want to bring in Robert Pattinson. I doubt that's going to happen. So it's probably like a new Batman. I don't know, man. This like I'm just
Robert
interested to see, because
Pattinson
apparently
won't
this,
work.
this
He's
arc is,
Robert Pattinson is too young to have multiple proteges. They're not bringing him in. I highly doubt that's true, because the Batman the Batman in James Gunn's universe has already had multiple Robins, because they're doing that dynamic duo where Dick Grayson teams up, I think, with Damian Wayne, or
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Or maybe it was Tim Drake. I don't remember, but there's supposed to be a Nightwing Robin movie coming.
I'm just
So
hoping that
Robert
the Batman
Pattinson is
in
too
this is more
young.
fantastical, because like obviously Pattinson's Batman is really realistic, whatever. They're making a Clayface movie. I don't even know if that's a part
that's
of this
stupid.
universe or if it's like its own thing, kind of like the Batman is. I don't know. But I mean, we saw Clayface in Creature Commandos, and he's a literal clay golem monster. So I'm assuming that's a good indication that Batman himself will probably be more like the Arkham games, maybe, where this is what I want. I want Batman to act like he is in the Arkham games, but I want the combat to be like the Ben Affleck scene in BVS, where he's just absolutely just shitting on people and throwing them into walls and stuff, and like punching dudes in ways that doesn't make any sense for a human to do. That's the kind of combat I want out of Batman. You know what I mean? Where he like kicks a guy in the head and then hits the other guy, and then the grenade falls and they both die. Like that kind of shit. I'm all for that. But yeah, I gotta go.
All right, see you,
But
buddy.
I'm a
See you
lot
guys
more
again,
scared for
Damien.
Batman than I am Superman.
Bye.
Damien.
Have a
See
good
ya.
night. Nope. I might not be on for the New Year's thing, because I might have plans for New Year's, but I'll see.
It's not going to be New Year's Day. We're just going to have the New Year's stream next Saturday.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
this is the
Have a good
Christmas
night, everybody.
stream.
Yeah.
Relax.
Bye, Damien.
Okay, good night.
Merry Christmas, man.
See you, buddy.
Oh, I should
Oh.
have said Happy Boxing Day. Shit.
Overall thoughts before we go to the Christmas list.
I hated it.
You hated it.
I
'cause
know
it's
you
not
hate
Henry
it.
Cavill.
Yeah, it's not Henry Cavill.
No, I mean it's the Henry Cavill is one thing, but everything in this trailer bothers me.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, except with a couple of things like Clark Kent and Lex Luthor. But like this scene pissed me off as well. Like, for all the context we know, there's an alien with a death ray murdering hundreds of people in the background.
Looks like the Green Lanterns are already dealing with it, though.
Still, it pissed me off. Like Superman, he wouldn't be wasting time lovey-dovey with Lois when people's lives are,
There is a
getting-
hint to something that somebody told me, that there's a point where Superman is not allowed to save people for some stupid reason, and that's where the Lantern crew comes in and shit. Like, yeah, that's part of the deal.
All right.
It's like,
If there's
yeah.
context to explain it, I'm all right.
That's
But
what I
from
got
what I
from
see-
somebody. I don't know for sure exactly what in
Yeah.
what context, but that's kind of what I gathered is like something happens and they make it to where like something is put out there that like Superman's not allowed to save anybody. So then something bad happens, and of course then they realize their stupidity.
Interesting. That could work. Like because if Superman made an accident because it's too powerful, right? Trying to fight off this monster, whatever, and that's what pisses off the
Probably set up
Justice
by Lex,
Society.
of course, but yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, you can't even control. You're too dangerous. That could work. I mean, all right, but
that's the hint I got, is the basic kind of concept.
On this
like-
comment right here, not allowed, who's going to stop him? Well, Superman listens to Earth leaders. That's why he wouldn't
And
do it.
part
This
of the
is why
interesting part, yeah.
if they
part of-
put cuffs on him, he won't break them. Like
Part of
this
the
has been a
interesting-
part of this character for a long time. He does
Yeah.
not go above the laws of the people.
And the interesting thing about Superman is what part of his arcs is him learning to control his power and knowing how much to use at certain given times. And if they lean into that, that could work. But out of context from the trailer, I'm just seeing an alien with a death ray killing hundreds of people and Superman not doing a thing. And it's like, okay, what am I supposed to take from that? It looks like it's just letting people die. That's not Superman.
Yeah, if people were like getting massacred, Superman would jump in even if they told him he wasn't allowed to. But like, I'm just saying, like, I like James Gunn. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I think when he did Suicide Squad, it was okay.
I like the Suicide Squad movie. I also liked Peacemaker.
This is supposed to be the movie that's, this is our introduction into the new DC movie universe, whatever they're going to call it. And I think it's just being way overloaded. And maybe he threads that needle, but
let's wait and see before they might not even be in the movie that much. We don't even know. There's like shots of them in the trailer. I think that was just to show them off. They might not even have significant screen time.
Well, according to Tom, like he just said, like the Lanterns are going to have to go save people because Superman.
I'm just
can't.
assuming that. Like, yeah.
I
don't think any
like,
of them are. I think it's just Guy Gardner.
And then there's the whole thing about like they're on this team that Maxwell Lord puts together. I don't think they're going to be in there for like a quick 10-second cameo. I don't think you need them in the movie.
Well, we'll see.